Welcome back to episode 8 of the Cressida build. Today we're going to be building an exhaust manifold. This is the one here, and we will also be building a drop box. Bit of 3D printing going on. It's all go down here in the garage. So thanks for subscribing to everyone that subscribed. Hope you like this episode. Alright, we're currently inside the Cressida now. This is how I'm going to sort of do the shifter. It's really dark in here, I'm sorry. I've got the old one out, which is just there, chill on the ground. So this one here, what I'm going to do is I have to cut the floor. Put that there. Like up, across and down, same as down here. Cut that in, and then this will sit below the surface of this thing. I'll make a drop box, and it'll also sit, so this won't be lifted up obviously, but it'll sit about there. To make things even better, with this part, which goes over the top of it, whoops, I'm going to take this bit out, and then it'll stick through here, and then I'll probably 3D print something that matches, or maybe even cut this little slot. I'm trying not to cut the interior up too much, because these panels are hard to get. And for the shift knob, we're going to use the standard T-bar. Pop, pop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a nut that fits this thread, and I'm going to bore it out so it fits on this. And this actually has two little grub screws that hold it in. So I just drill and tap a nut that fits, and then boom. I think that'll look really cool. Then we can, whoa, just click it through the gears. If you look inside the hole, transmission's all the way back here. So plenty of space to cut it out. Alright, we've cut a big hole in the car now. The shifter's going to sit about there, flush, just a little bit over flush with the body. So just up a little bit. So it's just going to fit about there. Using some sheet metal, I just start cutting it up to make a base and go from there. With the shifter bolted onto the piece of sheet metal I just cut out, I weld some nuts on it so I don't have to hold the other side with the spanner. Okay, that's the drop box in the car with the shifter. I think it looks pretty cool. The trim hits it a little bit. So if you don't like watching people cut up original trim, look away now. Okay, that's with the trim back on. Had to cut a little slot for the release to get into reverse and park, and we've had to cut out the tray, like little coin tray. So I'm just going to 3D print out like a cover and we'll glue it on. But I think it's going to look pretty cool. In the Cressida we have this trim piece. I've had to cut out the bowl part for it, so we have to make up a plate for this, stop the dust coming in. As you can see, I've uploaded an image of this. I've taken a photo, put it on Fusion 360, made up a plate, whacked it into a slicer, and now we're going to print it out. Just load up some black PLA and off we go. Alright, so just a little update on how I'm going to sort the shifter out. I made this little like an adapter nut thing, and it'll screw onto here. This thread is 1/2 inch 20, if anyone wants to know. So I'm going to nip that up, and then the standard T-bar fits on it like that. And it's a snug fit. And then I will just put the 2 grub screws in so we can hold the standard T-bar on it. So this is going down. I've also had to cut the trim up a bit, and I've glued it under there across like that. So when it's all done, it looks really cool. And if anyone is ever installing one of these, this is a 4-speed, so you have to move around the pins in the holes to pick which type of box you have. This is a 4L60, so that's how they are. This top switch is the reverse light, and this one is the neutral park. They stack up and then they run in these grooves, and then it selects its desired thing. The drop box is hanging up. It's giving it a lick of paint. So while that's drying, I will get started on the other exhaust manifold. Okay, so that's the shifter in the car with the factory trim and the 3D printed piece around it. I think it looks really cool. Keeping it standard-ish. I haven't put this trim back on yet, or the cable on it, because I'm not like fully done with it. I still got to put some wires on it and all that sort of stuff, but there it is. So on this side there's heaps of space. This is a 3-inch piece of pipe, and it fits down there. No sweat. Don't want to smash the coils. Like, there's miles of space. So I'm going to make a merge collector. Alright, this is my super high-tech merge collecting tool. Very high-tech piece of angle. So you get your tube. Ooh, hard to see through the camera. Slips on like this. Then you do up the nut, and then you put it into the bandsaw, and you cut the same angle every time. I'll show you. Alright, there it is in the bandsaw. Takes a piece of pipe. It when you bring the bandsaw down, it'll cut the same angle every time. As long as you don't take this out, you can only take the pipe off, and you push it up against it stops. It should be fine. I've made a few merge collectors with this back in the day, so it works alright for what it is. All you have to do is clock your angles on this. So if you're cutting, say, 6 pipes, you probably would do them, what is it? It's like 60 degrees to get a full, or you can do them at 90, 180s if you have a twin scroll. So, show you how it works. So that's 2 of them cut. The problem with the bandsaw though, it leaves that little step. But like this stuff here just comes off, you know. So you get them, and you cut a bunch, you need 4 in this case, and they all sort of sit together. Here's a merge collector I made before. Like, it does the job, you know. That's it. With this little lip thing, all you got to do is pop it on the belt sander. That gets them dead flat. Okay, I fabricated up a merge collector. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but it works. It turns out this thin wall tube doesn't hold very well in my jig, so I have a bit of problems, but these are separate heights. The method on this was because I made it out of sort of offcuts from these bends I have, plus also welding them up, if they're all at separate heights, it makes getting into each area a little bit easier, I found anyway. But that's how it's sort of coming together. That's 3" there. Alright, that's it tacked in there. Fits in there pretty good. It's a bit hard to see with the torch, but that's how it goes. I've got the steering on its full lock so it doesn't hit it, which is sweet. See, it's moving. And I've got plenty of space, so I'll probably build this one off the car. As all the pipes are coming upwards, they shouldn't really get in the way of the plugs and stuff. I will note where they are, just in case. Alright, there you have it. One completed manifold for this side. Well, not completed 100%. I still have to weld the flange on, but you have to bolt it down so it doesn't warp and stuff. I've welded all up inside the collector. Very frustrating to get in there. As you can see, there's like a big blob of weld there. You know, you're welding blind when you're in there. You can't see what's going on. You can't even see in there with the camera, so There you go. Hey, it looks pretty cool. So that's the manifold all finished now, all welded up 100%, it's just cooling down. Next episode we'll do some plasma cutting, as we are going to be putting this diff into the Cressida. I've already started on it, so hopefully it shouldn't be too long to get another episode out. So there'll be a bit of plasma cutting, some measuring, that's about it. So hope you like it.